Today, we're gonna build a house in Sims 4, but the challenge is that each room is a different Wikipedia article. And I know this might sound strange, but I found a webpage that's called Wiki Roulette, where you get random Wikipedia articles. So I thought, why not make this into a build challenge in The Sims? What could go wrong? I mean, literally everything. We could literally get any article that's on Wikipedia. You know how many articles there are on Wikipedia? Too many. But you know, without further ado, let's start, shall we? We freaking shall. So without further ado, people, let's just click away for the exterior of our beautiful house. And I think all we gotta do is to click this button, and whatever we get on that button click, we shall do. And I'm kind of nervous, not gonna lie, but Nora, just click. And I'm clicking now. Oh, okay. The Kaguya's Museum of History. I'm so sorry for butchering that name. And you know what? I just realized this right now. You have no idea how lucky we were. We got an actual house. I couldn't even believe how lucky I got with that first roll. I'm kind of in shock. Okay, I thought it was going to be horrible. We got a museum. We got a beautiful museum. I love it. It's in Puerto Rico. Hey, hey. And look at that build. Oh, we got a beautiful blue color. Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to do that. Or, I mean, we have to do that. All right, let's start off with a big old box, as I normally usually do. And I think it's gonna be sort of like so. And then it sort of has a bump out in the middle, I do believe. Their bump out is not that bump out as our bump out. What? But we can't get a small bump out in the Sims, so we gotta deal with what we gotta deal with. All right, what more do we have for this house? It's blue. That's what we have for this house. Can I get a blue color in here? What if we try out this one? I feel like that's close enough. I feel like that's good. Good enough for Nora. That's good enough for us. And then it's time for the roof. And what do we see with the roof? I am so confused. Okay, so we got a triangle in the middle, and then the other part of the roof. What is going on with that? I think maybe it's a gable roof style, but it's kind of flat. And what is the color of that roof? Is that the roof? I don't know what's going on. Is it light blue? I'm not quite sure. But we're gonna try. Put a little triangle in the middle. Take it down. Just sort of like so. And what are we gonna do for the roof pattern? It was kind of in a light blue color with not that much shenanigans going on. Sort of like so, maybe. I mean, maybe. I can't see that much on this picture, but okay. That's our roof. And then they also have a little balcony. So I'm gonna put up a balcony like that. With also an exterior trim. Ooh, and also some columns. Hold on. What type of columns do they have? They have this going on the side with the stripes. And then in the middle, they have some other type of columns. Can I make that happen? Do you have some stripy columns? I mean, we have this one. I don't know if that is the vibe, but they are blocky and stripy. I don't think we're gonna do better than that, you know? I really don't. And I would like to apologize. And then for the other type of columns, what if we go sort of like so? Maybe. Not matching, but maybe. Sure, we can do that. Close enough for Nora today. And then for the windows, they are like so. Some arched windows, and they're red in the middle with some white frames. Okay. Do we have that? I feel like For Rent has that. Ooh, yes. Hold on. Do they have that one in red? They do. Ooh, okay, we're gonna go with that. We're gonna place 2 ones over there, 2 over there, 2 in the middle. I need to line them up though. What is this, Nora? Oh my gosh, get your head in the game. Just sort of like so. Looks good. Oh, but we have a problem though, because if you can see on the bottom here, they have a white border, a thick white border. And we can't really do that with a wallpaper. I have looked, and we do not have a wallpaper that is like this. So what can we do to make that whiteness happen? We have this. That's not gonna work. We have this. That's not gonna work either. What are we gonna do? Oh, you know what? We have this one. So if we put that up on the wall, can we make that happen? Oh my gosh, we can make that happen. That looks good. I solved my own problems. Hey ho, we can do that. That was an amazing deal by Nora. And then for the windows on top, they do have a little geländer. That's not what they're called. A little French balcony moment going on. So what can we do about that? I think, oh, what if we put up these ones in a different color? Ooh, like so. You know what? That can maybe work. Ooh, maybe the window should have been taller, actually. Now that I think about it, maybe it should have been taller. Or you know what? Maybe it should not have been taller, because that's not going to work, because that is going into the trim. Yeah, no, we're not going to do that. Scratch that. But now onto the doorways. And for the doorways, they're also arched, but they have a little gitter, which I don't know what that is in English, but in the region, it is a gitter. Do we have that? Nah. No. We have this one. That's not arched. Oh, what can we do? Okay, what if we try with this arch and then we put in the gitter door just in that? That is ridiculous. That is so ugly, but we can do that today. I've lost all of my marbles and we are gonna do that. But okay, what more do we have? Ooh, on the balcony, we have some flagpoles, it looks like. So I am also gonna put up some flagpoles on that balcony, like so. Good. And then I can spot on the roof, we have a bell. And we also have this shenanigan going on over here, but I don't know if that is attached to the roof or behind it. So I've just decided to ignore that, and we're gonna put up a bell. And I don't think we have a bell. We have that. No. Okay, what if we just put up this one and pretend that is a bell? Because we have this one, but that is gonna be too massive. I'm probably gonna regret that. I don't know. I have to think about that. Maybe I can put up both. Maybe we can put up both. All right, what more do we have? Ooh, on the wall here, we have a sign with a little poster. So I'm also going to put up a sign and a little poster. Oop, ta-ta! And for the back of the build that I cannot see, I'm just going to put up some random windows and also a balcony because maybe we will need that for the future. If you don't need that, I'm going to take it away. But I think that would be cool. Some more windows. Just sort of like so. And that was the whole build in all its glory. Yes. And that, my friends, was the exterior for this build. All finito. It's a masterpiece. Truly is. All right. And now I do think that it's time to do the landscaping. So let's click away for that. Boom. Oh, okay. Baseball at the 2007 South Pacific Games. What am I supposed to do with that? Excuse me. What am I supposed to do? What do you mean? I have never been so confused before. What am I supposed to do? How am I going to make a landscaping based on the baseball at the 2007 South Pacific Games? This was such a bad idea. All my luck ran out with the exterior. I mean, come on. Gee below. Alright, well, you know what? What if we make this landscaping into a baseball field and make it somehow Pacific? That's all I have for you guys today. We're gonna make a baseball field. Now, just as a little disclaimer, I don't know anything about baseball because in Norway, baseball is not really a thing. So I have never watched baseball. I've never played baseball. I know nothing about baseball. So making a baseball field in The Sims is gonna be so lovely for me. But let's try this out. All right, so a baseball field. How does it look like? Sort of like this, I'm guessing. Oh my gosh, this is so difficult. So here's the home plate. There's the first base, second base, third base, and then the pitcher is in the middle, but there's a house. So I don't think we're gonna have that. Oh, gee below, okay. Nora, do not panic, do not panic. Let's just all calm down and start with the white lines. And I think the middle is gonna be right here. Yes. And then we're just gonna go diagonally out, like so. And then diagonally out the other way too. Great, mates. And then for the home base, I'm just gonna plop in this one. Isn't it beautiful? A little home base. And then first base was gonna be over here. And then second base was over there. And third base was over there. Okay, beautiful. And then by home base, there are some squares. Squares or rectangles. I don't know. There's something there. And then by these bases, there's also a rectangle. So I'm gonna plop that in as well for them. Oh, great. Now all we have to do is put in the sand. And I don't even know how to make a half circle out of sand without messing everything up. Oh, how am I gonna do that? I don't know, so I'm just gonna procrastinate instead. I know that on the picture, they did not have any plans, but I'm procrastinating, so leave me alone. Okay, I'm done procrastinating now. Now back to the sand. Oh my gosh, how am I supposed to do this? What sand do we want? Maybe we can start off with this one or that one. No, we're gonna start off with this one. Great. And I think we're gonna start off with the sand over here. Oh, gee below. See if I just do like so. That is the worst thing that I've ever made. What if I erase some of it? No. Oh, what am I doing? Not a cry. Just cry. It's time to cry. And after a long while of crying and almost quitting, the sand turned out like so. And I know it's not perfect. It surely is not, but that's the dealio of today, yo! But we got a baseball field made by somebody who's never watched baseball before. And it's beautiful. All right, what more do we want for a baseball field? Maybe, oh yeah. Chill, Nora, chill. Maybe we can have some tribuner over here. What is that in English? Some stands. Grandstand. Maybe I'm gonna make some grandstands. I don't know. But the place where people sit to watch the baseball. And they can't be the grandest of things because of space issues, but they can be a little bit grand. So we're gonna have them in the corner. Oh, which means that we have to go like so. Oh, I see. So maybe we can squeeze them in like so, and then raise them up there. Hold on. Raise them up there like that. And then we're gonna put down some chairs. Some good old gym chairs. Just on every level. I mean, we can make them a little bit funky though, with some different colors. Just about like that. And then I can do the exact same thing on the other side as well. Right in this corner. Just like that. And then we can also just plop in some plants to make it a bit nicer. With maybe also a trash bin. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, those were some great old stands. And then in the back here, we can also have something. Maybe not some tribuner. I do think that people would not like to sit here because of the ball that is coming. So what is actually there? What do you have out there? I don't know. A big old fence? We could have a fence. It looks like they have a fence. We can do a fence. And since our fence needs to be curved, and I'm not gonna deal with some round rooms today, I'm just gonna go in with this debug fence. We're just gonna have that right in the corners only because we don't have enough space. So we can have those fences there with maybe also some little plants. Also big plants. I don't know, we're gonna have some plants. Just about like so. Got my palm trees and everything. Whoa. What more do we need? Oh, we need lights. Some stadium lights. And I am gonna place in this one. We're gonna have 2 over here and 2 on the other side. That's a big old light. I need to size that down. Sort of like so. Those are some great stadium lights. Oh, and by the way, this place also needs a mailbox. So I'm just gonna plonk that down right there. Finito. And with that was our landscaping. Isn't it beautiful? Our great old baseball field. And I'm so happy about it. Couldn't have asked for more, really. No. Whoa! Ooh, okay. Now we need to move on inside. And for the inside, I need to first of all make a layout. And that's what I'm going to do right now. Maybe we can have a staircase in the middle. Yeah, we can do that. All righty-o. And here is our layout. We got an entryway with another entryway, a kitchen, dining room, a bathroom, and a living room. And then on the second floor, we got a hallway with a primary bedroom, an ensuite bathroom, a kid bedroom, and an office. Woody boom, woody bam. Our layout. Cool beans, cool beans. And what room are we going to begin with today? I think that we're going to begin with the entryway, because that seems fun. And 1, 2, 3, click that button, Nora. Boom. Oh, cubic chess. What am I supposed to do with cubic chess? The game substitutes cubes for chess pieces. All right, we're gonna have a cubic chess entryway. Right. What am I supposed to do with this information? Well, I mean, I don't know. Cubic chess. Let's start off with a chess flooring. How about that? We got some cubes. Well, not really a cube, but some squares in a chess pattern. And then we can do the same shebang-a-shaboo, but just for the walls. How about that genius move? Oh, this is gonna be such an ugly room. I hope you're ready for a really ugly build, because this is going to be ugly. This is going to be part of my ugly series. And what more do we need in this room? I mean, of course, a chess table. Do we have a really square chess table? This one. And oh, that's right. We don't really have space for a chess table for 2 people to sit and play. But maybe we will have 2 chess tables at each end, and you just have to play alone, because this is a 1-man chess table. Do we have a really square chair, by the way? And that rhymes. We have this one. I mean, that's a real cube of a chair. It's kind of ugly though. Not really the vibe for indoor chess, but you know what? We can do that. Oh, and then you know what? Above that, we are gonna have some cube shelves in black and white. Yes, just like so. And in those cube shelves, we can have a book about squares. I don't know why. And then also a foam meat cube for the cubes, and a cube light, and a chess trophy. Oh, and a chess piece, of course. And then on the other side, we can have a chess kit with a future cube and a full jerky cube. Yes, that was truly magical and majestic. What more can we do? Oh, we have these chess pieces. You can put that on the floor. You can have one there and one over there. Oh my gosh, what an absolute travesty. Oh, we can also have these cube lights. Oh, with also this chess rug. That's a square. It is chess. That is so ugly. What more can we do? We can have these signs on the wall in the different directions, because they are square and they are here. Oh, and that's going to show the directions of the chess moves. I don't know, but I think we can do that. I think that's lovely. Very fitting for this room. And that was the entryway. I know it's beautiful. It's the most beautiful entryway you've ever seen. I know. My mind is also blown. And please do not unsubscribe. Okay, please do not. And we are going to move over to the kitchen. Yay! So, wiki roulette, click away. And we got... Are you kidding me? I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. British TV series, series 5. Oh my goodness me. How am I supposed to make a kitchen out of that? And I'm so sorry if I have chocolate in my teeth, by the way, because I've been eating my Easter candy. It was on sale. Easter is over. But what am I supposed to... Oh, by the way, I've never watched I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. So I don't really know what it means, what it entails. But I do sort of get the vibe. Yeah. They're in the jungle. They're a celebrity and they want to get out of there. I see. But I also don't really see. Well, alright, Nora, do not panic. Again, do not panic. And we're gonna do this in bits. So first bit, we gotta make this room look like a jungle with a kitchen in it. So what if we start with some dirt flooring? Beautiful. Oh, and then also some jungly walls. So we can use this vine wallpaper. That's very jungly, isn't it? I'm gonna make that wallpaper a lot better, but that's the start of it. So that was the main jungle part. And then we need to put in the kitchen. And they do seem to have some sort of a fire pit. Because I do believe that this show is all about surviving out in the jungle. And they want to get out of there. Right. So what if we place in a fire pit? Just right in the middle. Oh, with also this campfire cooking surface. Oh, that is beautiful. Hey ho. And then we also need some logs so they can sit on, like that one over there. Maybe we can have a little stump over there. Why not? And then also, to make this kitchen look like a kitchen, I'm also going to put in a fridge and a sink, a stove, and a counter, just to make it a functional kitchen. Okay, just to do that. Good. We got the main furniture in. Can't believe I just said that. We got the main furniture in for the kitchen. And now people, we gotta make this look like a jungle. And how? Well, of course, we are gonna do that with putting up a lot of vines on the walls and also a lot of plants on the floor to junglify this whole place up to the max and into the beyond. And I have nothing else to say. I thought that I had something more fun to say there, but apparently I did not. So, junglify, blah blah. And I lost the will to speak. Apparently. But the place is gonna end up sort of like so. And oh my gosh, that looks like a jungle, doesn't it? I have junglified up this place. I like it. I mean, it's insane. But I think we can also put up some more lights just on the wall with these branch twinkling lights because it's getting kind of dark in here. Oh, maybe also these star lights that we can't see, but I'm going to take them out with tool mod. Just sort of like so, because they are celebrities. They are the stars, aren't they? Oh, yes, yes, yes. And then to make it more like a kitchen that's out in the wilderness, we can have some preserved food and some random pots and pans. Oh, and also with some little rocks everywhere. That will set up the mood. Just sort of like so. Oh, that is great. Oh, you know what? You know what? Since this is a TV show, we need some cameras. Of course, of course, of course. So we can set in the camera over here with also a big one in the corner. Oh, and also a light, a big old studio light like that one right in there. Oh, yes. Oh, and also just to get up the celebrity vibe, we can have these movie stars thingy-tangities of Judith Ward and Thorne Bailey with maybe also some trophies. Hey, I think that would be good. Oh, and also the star mirror. That's a real celebrity-tastic. Just like so. Oh, I think that is great. I think that set up the mood. And that mirror kind of looks like the logo. No, it absolutely does not. Well, anyways, we can also have a big fat check on the wall because hopefully that's what they get for joining. And also an active lot siren light. Yes, they are filming. Be quiet. Oh, and maybe we can also have this little mark on the floor. That's where you sit, people, when they film. And oh my gosh, what a kitchen of a room this is. What have I done? You know what I should have done? I should have had somebody to come in here and guess what all of these rooms are supposed to be. Because I do wonder if somebody would have guessed that this was supposed to be, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. I mean, there are a lot of hints around here. Probably not. I mean, okay. That was the kitchen. And now we're gonna get away from the kitchen and we are gonna start with the dining room. And there's a lot of plants sticking through, but I'm gonna fix that. Or maybe not. But dining room. So 1, 2, 3, look away. And we got Vulcaniella Anatolica. What in the what? It's a moth. A moth? Oh, Ghibli. A moth! What am I? Okay. Can I see some pictures of that? For some reason, I can't find any pictures of this moth. I find pictures of other moths, but not this one. It's an unknowable moth. I can't find the moth. Where's the gosh darn moth? Well, okay, we're just gonna go with the standard moth. Oh, Jesus, I hate moths. No, absolutely not. If you didn't know, I am so scared of moths. I don't know what it is about moths, but they create such a fear in me. And I don't know where that's coming from. But we're gonna create a moth dining room, and it's gonna be lovely. But alright, Chiro, what do we know about moths? I do know that moths are generally in this brown, beigey color with some patterns on it. I am not gonna look at another picture of a moth again. I refuse to. So I'm just gonna do this from memory. So how about we put up some brown walls with some brown flooring with a pattern in it, okay? Moth-like. And then do we have some moth objects? Not really. I feel like there is a picture that has a moth on it. Or am I going insane? Oh, this one! That has a moth. We can have that on the wall. That's not that scary. Or is that a moth? I feel like that is a moth. Maybe we should put up a dining table, but I don't even know what a dining table a moth would have. I mean, what would a moth have as a dining table? And that is a sentence that I never thought that I would say. But alright, I don't know what a moth would have as a dining table. But what I do know that moths like is curtains. Because I had a friend once. That sounded sad. But I had a friend who had a moth problem. And the moths ate her curtains. So we're going to get up some real thick curtains for the moths to eat. Yes. Okay, now for the dining table. Put up the gosh on dining table, Nora. Or else I'm going to cry. Maybe for the dining table, we can go in sort of a campy vibe. Because you always see those gosh on moths when you go camping. So what if we go with this one? That's a real campus table. Looks like some moths have been eating it. Moths do not eat wood. Do they? No, they do not. Hopefully they do not. Maybe in a few years they will. But right, now for the chairs. What would a moth have? Some chairs. Don't know. Oh, that's kind of a cool dining chair. Kind of in a mothy pattern. Not really at all. But I'm gonna put this in with also a good thick light. Because the moths, they do like light. Yes. Ooh, now we need a rug. What is a good mothy rug? Ooh, what about this one? That has a pattern. Oh, yes. Moth pattern. Not really at all, but we can have that. Oh, and then actually on the wall, we can have these bug lights that kind of looks like moths. Kind of cute with some more plants. Maybe we can have this chest of stuff over there. Kind of moth-like. Ooh, and also this lantern. Hey ho, moth away. Or maybe not moth away. Moth come here to the light. And then what more is moth? Oh, we have this one. The Mystic Moth Mosaic Backsplash. What if we put that on the wall? I don't know where we're going to put that on the wall. Or maybe this little corner over here. We can have a moth tile corner. Why not? With a good old forest table. And on that forest table, you can have some mushrooms, a camping light, another camping light, a plant, oh, and also a Goliath silk moth trapped in a cage. And I feel like that was truly beautiful, I must say. great. With maybe also another plant over there. They love them plants. And what more can we do for this room? Ooh, what if we put up these ones? Paper crafted butterfly window. They're not moths exactly, but their cousin is here, the butterfly. The more popular one. I'm sorry, moth, but it's true. And you know what? I think that was our beautiful moth dining room. Do I have anything to say about this? No. It's a dining room inspired by the moths that I can't find any pictures of. They're a mysterious moth. But anyways, dining room done. What are we gonna move on to now? Oh, I think that we're gonna move on to the living room. So let's rule it away for that. And we got May 1939 lunar eclipse. And what the heck am I gonna do with that? That is so specific. Oddly specific. What? Oh, gee. Well, alright, Shiro. I think that we need a little mood board here to figure this one out. So, we got May, we got 1939, and we got lunar eclipse. 3 great points. So, lunar eclipse, I mean, that means moon and eclipse, of course. And for the eclipse, we can use like a dark black color and some red to represent the eclipse. And the moon is round. We can have some round things. And we can also throw in the moon phases. There is something there. And of course, the whole eclipse thing, it's space theme, isn't it? Yeah. And then what about 1939? I mean, that obviously means that we're gonna have some old tech. And then for May, what does that mean? It's spring, Norway's national day, the 17th of May. Probably not. Great. That was a great mood board. And let's make a living room with my great notes. So what if we put in this wallpaper that has some moons on it and also some dark flooring? Maybe not that one. Oh my gosh, this shabacle over here. Oh gee below. I need to hide that up. Our poor living room. How can I hide that up? Hide that up, Nora. I can hide it up with these curtains. Just like so, I hit it all up. And then I'm also just gonna put up some curtains on all the other windows. So I've done that. And we can have these curtains. Don't know why, but I felt like it. Boom, boom. All right. Now for the main moment. The couches. And I want to get a curvy round couch for the moon. And I do think, oh yes, this couch that has some roundness to it. But we do have a problem. They don't really scream 1939, do they? But I want them to be round. So I'm gonna look past that. Oh, they have that in the red. That is a very modern red, isn't it? But okay, you know what? We're gonna go with that because I want my round moon couch. And that screams a round moon couch. Then we can have a rug in the middle with also a coffee table. And then on that coffee table, we can have a book with a moon on it. That's very lovely. And ooh, no TVs, but we can have a fireplace. You can smack that one over there. And then before I forget, I'm gonna put some pillows on the couches to make it more mysterious. Just as mysterious as the 1939 May eclipse. Just about like that. With it disappeared with the solar system. That is not 1939, but we can have it. Oh, and also above the fireplace, of course, we need this painting of all the moon phases. And it's also red. It's perfect. And then we can also throw in some telescopes because why not? With also some 1939 technology. The good old chair in that corner. And what about a rug? Oh, we can also have this cuckoo clock because the moon, 1939. Sure. I feel like that was very fitting for us today. This room would have not been complete without a cuckoo clock. Oh, no, no, no. And then we can also have a good old mysterious bookshelf over there with some little space items in it. And I think that was a good old hideous living room. 1939 May eclipse. Who? It's in this living room. Okay, let's move on to another room. And that room is gonna be the bathroom. So 1, 2, 3, click away. And we got Sweden at the 1996 Summer Paralympics. What am I supposed to do with that? Do I want to put Sweden in my build? I don't think I want to. What am I supposed to do with Sweden, 1996, Summer Paralympics? I might cry. How am I going to fit all of that into this teeny tiny bathroom? I don't know. But okay, let's just figure this out together. And let's start with the wallpaper and flooring. So I think for this wallpaper and flooring mystery, we are going to do the Sweden flag colors. And everything in me goes against this, but we just have to. So we're gonna go with some blue walls and some yellow flooring. Bobbity bobbity bum shabang. What are we gonna do next? Next, we're gonna put in the sink. Great. Okay, think. Since it is Paralympics, we gotta make this bathroom very accessible. And it is kind of unfortunate that this accessible bathroom is a 2x2 bathroom. But we're gonna try our best. All right, for the sink. What would be a good sink? An accessible sink. Oh, okay, what if we try with this one? Because this sink doesn't have an underpart, so you can wheelchair under the sink. I feel like that is a good move. I think we're gonna do that move. And then we can also plop in a yellow mirror with a yellow towel. Good old IKEA moments. All right, and then for the shower. Accessible shower. I think the easiest would be to have one of these standalone showers. I don't know why I call it standalone showers, but I apparently just do. But if you have this type of shower, it would be more easy to get in and out of the shower without any bumps and lumps in the floor, you know? Yeah. And I mean, of course, an accessible bathroom, you would have real shower chairs and not a little stump of a chair. But we don't have real shower chairs in The Sims. So we just have to go with this one because it was yellow. I'm so sorry. But what more do we need for an accessible shower? Think. Oh, we probably do need some handles so you can grab onto. Do we have any handles? I don't think so. But what if we pretend that this corbel is a handle? I mean, isn't that the best handle you've seen for a shower? Anyways, you got a handle now. Oof. Alright, enough of the toilet. We're gonna get in this one. I mean, that screams the 90s, doesn't it? Kind of forgot that this was gonna be a 90s toilet, but we had too many problems on our hands. We got Sweden, that's the first problem, Paralympics, and the 90s, all squeezed into this 2x2 bathroom. But right, toilet. And for the toilet, we're gonna have another handle to help you get out from the toilet. And maybe, and I'm unsure about this, but I just feel like we need a little rug underneath the toilet so you can get more of a grip for your feet when you're gonna get out from the toilet. You know, am I wrong in saying that? Because tile flooring can be slippery and you need the foot grip. We're gonna have a rug there. You can just take away the rug if you don't want it. I will come in and remove it myself. Alright, just call me anytime. But what we can do, since this is Paralympics, we need some trophies on the toilet. You can have that one, and maybe also a little plant for the ambiance, for the summer vibes, the plants. Oh, and then, oh my gosh, we can put up these ones. I feel like that would be neat and nice. For the different sport genres. For the different sports, we are gonna have these pictures. And that, my friends, was the Sweden at the 1996 Summer Paralympics. And it must have been the worst accessible toilet that I've ever seen. Because good luck finding your way in here. There is not much room. But anyways, I did my best. And now, we are gonna move up to the second floor, where we are gonna begin with the primary bedroom. So let's rule it away for that. And we got Henry Bryant, a botanist. Well, alrighty then. Who is Henry? Henry Hoover. No. He lived from 1721 to 1799, and he was English, and he was a botanist. Well, what an interesting man you were. He took up botany after the death of his wife. Oh no. Let's make you a bedroom. And I do indeed think that it's time for another mood board. So, Henry over here, he was from England, and he lived in the 1700s. That's all we really know about him. But he was a botanist, and what does botany entail? It entails plants, science, and science entails books. That's all I got on him. Oh, and actually, we can also write in, wife died. Yep, very important footnote. Okay, well, let's make this botany bedroom. And I think, first of all, for this botany bedroom in the 1700s, I want to put up this wallpaper. Because it's old and timey, got some flowers on it. I think that is perfect. And then for the bed, what are we going to go for the bed? Maybe we can plop in this one. I think that is a dealio for today-o. There's also some nighttime tables that are accompanied with some knickety-knacks on the nighttime tables. And then we also got to put in a rug. Oh, with also an ottoman by the bed. What about this one? I feel like that could be a mood and a vibe. I like that. And what more would a botanist have? I mean, I feel like they would have some sort of desk moment where they can do all their sciencey plant research things that they did in the 1700s. Right in the money, Nora, right in the money. And then, oh, you know what else we need? We need some shelves just all on this wall where he can have many, many plants that he's studying for his research. And then we can have some more plants by the windows with some more planting stuff. Oh, Henry. Oh, and then over here we can also have another planting table for his other research. And then we of course need a dresser, so that's gonna be over there in that little nook. And then, oh, it would be cool with a bookshelf over here because science, books, Henry needs his books. And then on top of the bookshelf, we can have a lot of planting pots and also a lot of potions, plant potions that he's been making with his scientific research. And then last but not least, on the wall, we of course need some dried up herbs with some pictures of his family lamb. That's his dead old wife. And maybe we can have some garlic on the door. I don't know why, but we are. And some scientific plant something. Scientific plant something. Herbology something. He does the planting. That's what he does. And he does it well. Alright. And that was the botany bedroom for Mr. Henry, who lived in the 1700s. And I gotta say, this is a cozy bedroom. I like it. With especially a lot of the potions. That are not really potions. They're the plant things. Potions. Not potions. They're something. Stop talking, Nora. We are done with the bedroom. And now we're gonna move on to the ensuite bathroom. So let's click away. And we got sea turtle. We're gonna make a sea turtle bathroom. Yes. How do one make a sea turtle bathroom? I don't know, but we're gonna find that out. I'm excited. What are we gonna begin with? What are we gonna do? I think that we're gonna make like an underwater sea theme for a bathroom because that's where the sea turtle lives. And it's gonna be so ugly and nice. I tell you that. So what if we start off with this wallpaper? We're already transformed to Under the Sea with that one. Oh, and then maybe, can we pair that up with some sand? Oh, we can and we will. All right. Let's get in the bathtubs and the toilets and whatnot. And what are we, ooh, what should we go for? I mean, this screams sea turtle, doesn't it? That doesn't really fit in. What can we do? Ooh, what about this one? Now, this might be too modern for the sea turtle. I mean, we don't know what the sea turtle likes, but it has that aqua color, that under the sea vibe color. And that's what we're gonna have today. Let's also put in the matching toilet and the matching sinks over here. Beautiful. We got all our amenities. Now, how can we make this to underneath the sea in a turtle vibe? Interesting. How about some stickers of a sea turtle? We can also have the sea grass, some coral just all along the walls with also some fish and some more turtles. Boom, bam, yes. How can we transform this even more to underneath the sea. What if, what if we put up some algae? Algae. Gonna say it in Norwegian. Algae. On the floor. What if we do that? Is that gonna be good or not? That's probably gonna be ugly. Oh my gosh, I kind of like it. With some reeds. And also some lilies on the floor. Oh my gosh. This is so cute with some turtles. And this big turtle in the middle. Oh, what a bathroom. I love this bathroom. It has all the great vibes, doesn't it? You can also put in some toothbrushes. Come on, click on. Just like so. And then we can also put in the sea glass wall scone. Hey. And then also one about the mirrors. With also some bathtub stuff. And then for the toilet, we can put in the medicine cabinet. With the toilet roll. And a toilet brush. Oh la la la. And then we gotta do something for the windows. What curtains are we gonna use? Oh, what about these ones? Underneath the sea vibes, it for darn sure is. Oh, and oh my gosh, what if over here we put in these shelves, size them down a little bit, and then we just squeeze on some plants. Just sort of like so. Ooh, I like that. What a vibe. That's the greatest vibe for this bathroom today. Ooh, I love this bathroom so much, actually. I don't care what anybody says. I love this bathroom so much. Look at this ridiculous bathroom. What happened to my paint out here? I'm gonna paint that up. Don't you worry. Boom shamalam. Did it. But wow, that is one heck of an ensuite bathroom. All clean it up. Whew. Right. What are we gonna move on to now? Maybe we can move on to the kid bedroom. It's gonna be right in here. So 1, 2, 3. Bum. Oh, La Ruda CF. It's a Spanish football club. Okay. Right. Let's see what we can do about that. It isn't too bad. I'm just confused, really. So La Ruda CF. It is a football club. And a football club, that means sports and round things because of the football. Great. Amazing notes, Nora. But anyways, let's also look at the logo over here. What do we see on this logo? Well, first of all, it's red and blue. And on the logo, they also have this little castle-y tower thing that maybe we can incorporate into this room. This kid bedroom. I mean, okay. What a great mood board. So let's see. First of all, for a red and blue theme, we can have a red carpet and some nice blue walls. Ooh, look at that. Isn't it amazing? All right, what about the bed? Do we have a red and blue bed for this kid? What about this one? That kind of has a sport feel to it. You know what? We're gonna do that. With also a football lamp on the nighttime table. Cute. But then for the curtains, we need some curtains up in this. Do we have some red or blue curtains? Ooh, what about these ones? That's kind of great. That matches. That beautiful theme. Ooh, all right, we're gonna do that. And then we also need some sort of closet situation. So maybe that can be this one. I mean, that's very red, but that's also very teenage kid-like, you know? Yeah, I'm really feeling that. Ooh, and oh my gosh, look what I found in the rug section. This football field. Oh, that is absolutely perfect. Or we can have that in the middle. Hey ho. And then what can we have over here? We can have like a desk situation over there, maybe. Can we find a good old desk? How about this one? It has some red, has some blue. Kind of kid-like. You know what? We can have that with also a chair. And I feel like that is a very sports chair. Yes. And then maybe we can have a blue computer. Ooh, absolutely. And then we also need some knickety-knacks on the desk. And we're of course going to have a little football and maybe some trophies and whatnot. And then what more can we do with this football? The soccer ball. What if we make a little heap of them in the corner over there with some small ones, some little bit bigger ones, just all around this big old football. Just sort of like so. That is amazing. And we can have another one over here. Wow. And then of course, we need a lot of posters and whatnot on the wall for our football fan or our soccer fan. And you know what? For me, as a Norwegian, it is so weird to say soccer because we have a word in the region that is sokker, which sounds a lot like soccer, but sokker means socks. Or you can also say sukker, and sukker means sugar. So my brain can't handle the word soccer because I think that I'm saying socks or sugar. But you know, that's my dealio. That's my problem for today. But anyways, I also found this MVP soccer trophy that looks like the FIFA trophy. And we of course need that in this room. And we're gonna have that on its own little table because that's their most prized possession. Wabam! Right over there. Oh, perfect. And then maybe we can have this little poof because it was round because of the soccer. My good old socket. And then we can also have some workout equipment because of sports that we have found out on a great old mood board. Oh, and then we also had the tower thing. Do we have a tower? No. What about a castle? Oh, maybe we can use this to represent the castle tower. Sure, why not? We can have that. And with that means that we're done with La Ruda CF, the Spanish football club. And I think it's amazing. This is such a kid's room that loves the football. Oh, beautiful. What have I done? All right, let's move over to the office. That's gonna be right over here. So let's click away. 1, 2, 3. Bum. And we got Shad, a surname used in Denmark and Norway. Shad. What am I? Okay, we're not going to do that. We are going to click again. Clicking again. And we got 2012 to 13 Brazilian network television schedule. What? What am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with this? How am I going to make an office based on Brazilian network television schedule? What do you mean? Oh, what? Well, okay, let's try to break this down. Let's let's try to make this work. So we obviously got the 2012 to 13. And then we have Brazil. We got TV and schedule. So maybe for Brazil, we can do something with the flag colors. Green, yellow, and blue. Could be something there. And then we got to find out what we're going to do about the TVs and the schedule. And it's 2012. We got to figure that out. Right. So what I'm thinking, first of all, is just put in the flag colors. So we can have a yellow carpet with maybe some green walls. Whoa, 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 Brazil. And what are we going to do for the rest of it? We had some TVs. Networking schedule. Oh my gosh. What if we make this room into a crazy person's room? And we just have a full-on wall filled with TVs. Just like so. They gotta follow up with the networking schedule, okay? They gotta have a lot of TVs. And this is where the person's gonna be sitting. Right in that chair. With their little table. Their table of fruits. Or vegetables. That is vegetables. Yeah, that is. Good, Nora, good. And then they can have some records back there. Because they are recording everything. They're writing everything down. And they've been sitting here for a while. Golly golly me. What more can we have? Oh, actually, what if on this wall, we just have a full-on wall filled with posters of television programs? Just about like that. We can also spice it up with some of this. What am I doing? I don't know. But we got some of the Brazil. The Brazil. We also got the TV networking in. And now we gotta get the scheduling in. Schedule. What about some calendars? Oh, yes. What if we fill this whole wall in with calendars? Wouldn't that be a swell idea for us today? And they're also gonna have a fan because it gets a little bit hot in here because Brazil. Yes. What more can we do? We can maybe have a desk over there just for their scheduling. You can have a great old 2012 chair. I don't know. With also a 2012 computer. You can get that one. With also some scheduling thingy nice on that. Hello, me, oh my. This room. What is this room? Don't know. But maybe back here we can have a table. And on that table we can have this calculator thing. So they can schedule things out on that. Oh, but those are some CDs because they are recording everything. They gotta keep up with the network schedule. They are the network schedule. And speaking of recording things, hold on a minute. What if we put up some shelves right here? And then on those shelves, we can put up this thing. And I know that they are books, but we are gonna pretend that that is VHS cassettes. And we're gonna plunk that on the shelves. Because, as I said, this person is recording everything for the Brazilian network television schedule. Okay. They are. Oh my gosh. What have I created now? I honestly don't even know I created a monster. But right. What else do we need? Oh, a popcorn machine. We of course need a popcorn machine. When they're watching their many television shows, they need a popcorn machine. And I'm gonna size this down because we're gonna have this popcorn machine on the school hall table. Yes. With also another schedule behind there. Look, they need to schedule away. Right? They do. And that, me friends, was the great office inspired by the 2012 to 2013 Brazilian network television schedule. TM. Oh my gosh. I have no words. I truly have no words. I have created a monster. This is a monster room. I'm so sorry. I would like to apologize to everybody. Okay, let's try and forget the office. And now we're gonna move on to the last room of today. And that is the hallway. So let's roll away for the hallway and please be something good. And it's going to be Thomas Burgess, painter, died 1807. Well, okay. And he was a landscape painter. And he lived in London. Great. That's what we know about him. Let's make him a hallway. And I'm gonna make this a hallway kind of fancy with these wooden slabs. Wooden slabs. I have lost my marbles. Okay. What else can we have for this hallway? I think we, of course, need a painter's corner for Thomas. And I'm gonna use this stuffily easel, some paint splatters on the floor, and then we can also put up a little backdrop for his painting shenanigans. And yes, I know he was a landscape artist, but he probably also practiced other things like flowers. So there you go. Landscape away. And then I think in this corner we can have a little table where we can put up some painting shenanigans with a big old mess of a book. Big old mess of a book. Big mess of books. Like so. There you go. And we can also have a little smock rack. They probably had that in the 1800s. 1700s, that's when he lived. With also some more canvases over here. Look, landscaping. That's what he did. Landscaping all the way. And then for the rest of the room, I'm gonna make that into a little bit of a museum. But it's a landscape paintings. So we can have this painting over here with a real fancy one. And maybe some sea paintings. You probably like the sea. One another fancy one, yes. Maybe we can also have a chair in that corner. Thomas probably liked to sit too. They called him the sitter. Because he liked to sit. I don't know. We don't know that much about Thomas, okay? I feel like I'm reaching for nothing here. Oh, and by the way, on the balcony, we can't have a staffeli. An easel. Gosh darn it. An easel. I mean, oh my gosh. It sounds like I'm saying esel. An esel in Norwegian means donkey. And that's why my brain gets all wired up. But we're gonna have a little painters going out here. Because then he can do the landscape paintings of some buildings. That's what Thomas liked. And bada bing, bada boom. That was the hallway. For our great old Thomas, who was a painter. And he died in 1807. And now this build is done. And you know what? Now it's time for the house tour, so strap yourself in because the house is happening now. And for the first step on this house tour, we have the exterior, which is the Kaguya's Museum of History. And I kind of like this building. Where did my bell go? It disappeared. Oh, gee. It's a great old build. I love these types of buildings. Wow. But then we have the landscaping, which is inspired by the Pacific Baseball in 2007. Was that it? I made a baseball field. You know, because why wouldn't you? It's a great old baseball field and I love it a lot. With a great old tribuner. What's that in English again? Staffet? No. Stand. Why is it called a stand when you sit? I don't know. But let's move on inside. And on the inside, we are met with a great old cube chess entryway. And it's truly a sight to behold. It was a great old start to our tragedy of a house, I must say. But anyways, continuing on, we have the Moth living room. Just mothing away. With also a great old moth corner that we love so much. And then if you step on in here, oh my gosh, we have the I'm a celebrity, get me out of here kitchen. And what a jungle kitchen this is. I think this is one of the best rooms that I've ever done in my whole entire life. Don't quote me on that though, but I believe it is. You know, it's a great old kitchen. We got the cameras, we got everything. And then over by this corner of the house, we have, what was this again? I need to paint the ceiling. There we go. This was the 1939 May moon eclipse living room, which, oh wow. But then in here, we have the, what was this again? The Swedish Summer Paralympics in 1996 or something. And I kind of like this bathroom. It has some cute colors. You know what? I have nothing bad to say about this, except that it's teeny tiny for being an inclusive bathroom. You know, it's, yeah. But then going upstairs, we have the Thomas the Train. No, who was this again? Thomas the Painter hallway with a little painting corner over here. And he was painting away like he should and like he could. And then in here, we have the primary bedroom for the botanist. His wife died and he became a botanist. And he did many, many great things with his potions. But then in the ensuite bathroom, whoa, we have the sea turtle bathroom. And that's a great old bathroom, I do have to say. I love it a lot. Look at the sound flooding. Ooh, look at this. I want this bathroom in real life, I'm telling you. I do. But over here, whoa! In here, we have the La Roda CF, the Spanish football club. And I do have to say, this is a football room. And my closet is gone. There it is. I fixed it. What a room. What a football fan. I kind of like this room. Whoa, that is a lot. A lot of footballs. But alright, last but not least, oh my gosh. The fan is going into the ceiling. Oh no. But oh my gosh, this room. This was the Brazilian network television schedule in 2012 to 2013. Oh my gosh, this room. I don't even know how to explain this room. A mad person lives in here. They're scheduling everything away. I have no words, really. But that was indeed the house tour, and here's also an overview. If you would need that, here's the first floor and the second floor. And with that, the house tour is done. And now it's time for the outro. And welcome, this is the outro. Ba-bam! If for somebody who want to download this house, you can. It is up in my gallery, and my gallery ID is JustNoraGaming. Hey. I mean, you're not going to download this house, but it is up there if you want it. And if you also want to see more of me, you also can. I have a second channel where I do stuff, and also my Twitch channel where I also do stuff, but live. And don't forget to like, subscribe, because it really does mean a lot. So thank you. But only if you want to. Only if you want to. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.